welcome friend in today's discussion on self-development. So let's start today's session with a motivational and an inspirational short story, 100 Camels. Long back, a young boy named Pradeep lived in a village near a desert. He was an educated person and did business in surrounding areas. He had a supportive wife and a cute son in his family, but he was not happy with his life. Every now and then he had to face a new problem in life. So he always used to get worried and kept thinking about the problems. Once a saint from a distant city came along with a caravan of 100 camels outside his village and decided to stay there for few days. So soon there were talks all around the nearby villages that saint solves the problem of people with his wisdom. Pradeep also came to know about this and decided to visit the saint. When Pradeep reached the place, there was a huge crowd of hundreds of people waiting to see the saint. After waiting for a long time, Pradeep could meet the saint. So he asked the saint, "Holy man, I am very unhappy with my life. All the time, one or the other problems surround me. Sometimes there is a business tension, sometimes there is a family problem, and sometimes I am worried about my health. Please tell me such a solution that all my problems of my life come to an end and I can live happily." Saint smiled and said, "Son, it is very late today. I will give you an answer tomorrow morning. But will you do me a favor?" Pradeep agreed to do the needful for the saint. The saint said, "Look, son, there are hundreds of camels in our caravan. Their caretaker has fallen sick today. I want you to take care of them for tonight. So just ensure that all the camels sit down and take proper rest. When all the 100 camels will sit down, then you can also go and sleep." After guiding Pradeep, the saint went to his tent. The next morning, the saint met Pradeep and asked, "My son, I hope you had a good quality sleep last night." Pradeep felt miserable and replied, "No, I could not sleep even for a single moment. I tried a lot, but I could not make all the camels sit down." Saint smiled and said, "I knew this would be the case. So far, it has never happened that all these camels sit together. No matter how much you have tried last night, all the camels must have not sat together. Even if you ensured the camels on one side have sat, the other side of a camels would have been standing." The saint continued, "You might have also noticed last night there were many camels which sat down by themselves. For many of the camels, you must have put in some efforts and they might have sat. But for many of the camels, they have not sat even after your enormous efforts." Pradeep confirmed, "Yes, Saint, that's exactly the same thing happened last night." Saint smiled and continued saying, "And when you went back after some time, you would have also found that some of the camels who did not sit even after a lot of your efforts have sat themselves." Pradeep replied, "Yes, exactly it happened last night." Then the saint said, "Similarly, even when you solve one problem, for some or the other reason, you will find other problems keep coming in life. As long as you will live, or I will live, or anybody will live, problems will keep on arising, sometimes less and sometimes more. So, what should we do?" Pradeep asked curiously. Saint replied, "Despite these problems, learn to enjoy life. Problems are like camels. Some problems get solved themselves, some will get solved when you put in some efforts, and some problems do not get solved even after you are trying your best." Before we discuss the lessons from this story, request you to subscribe to this channel And do not forget to like this session. Your subscriptions and likes give me the motivation to bring in unseen practical aspects of soft and human skills to you through these snippets. So let's look at the learnings from this motivational story. If there is life, then some problem will always exist. But this does not mean that you keep thinking about them all day long. If that happens, then the caretaker of the camels could have never slept. Put your best effort to solve the problems. Even after your best efforts, if few problems are not in your control, keep such problems aside. Learn to thank God for the blessings He had already given. Sufferings will diminish itself. And finally, related to our topic, the learning is focus on your development. Once you excel in your skills, your ability to solve the problems will improve. Thanks for watching today's session. We'll see you in the next session with some more interesting topics.